masa kita jauh tahulah malizale goau nabe munase dape kuake diga damulo mema masa kita jauh tahulah malizale goau nabe munase dape kuake malizale goau nabe munase dape kuake.
Hello guys, this video is going to be a special one today. We're in for a real treat and we've got some cool stuff planned. We're in the central area of Flores here in Indonesia, and if you saw our last video, we're in the Bajawa area. This area of Indonesia has many traditional villages where they keep the same architecture and some of the traditional practices, and Shane and I met with one of the guides in this area. His name's Ryan, and he's going to be taking us around to a few different villages, and we're also going to be spending the night in one. Now there's many villages to visit in this area, but some of them have actually been taken over by the government and are a little bit more touristy per se. So Ryan is also going to be taking us a little bit outside the main area to some more remote villages, and we're going to be experiencing some of those and kind of getting a taste of what life is like here. The first village we're going to be visiting today here is Kampung Balaragi. We had quite the drive here. It was about an hour and a half outside the main area of Bajawa, and then 20 minutes up a pretty rocky, steep mountain road that led us here to the village up in the mountains and in the clouds. So let's go dive into it. So when you arrive in one of these villages, one of the first things that happens is they welcome you in. They offer you to sit and they give you hot coffee, and then you pretty much sit, have a coffee, get acquainted, kind of get to meet everybody. So Shane and I did that, and now they're actually having a little bit of a jam session here. I'll show you. Shane and Ryan there, jamming out.
We can play one traditional song.
Yeah, let's get some traditional songs. So, nice way to start off our time here. We're gonna hang out for a little bit more, and then I think Ryan's going to walk us around and explain a little bit of the tradition and culture here. All right, guys, this is Ryan.
Yeah, I'm originally from here.
Yes, so Ryan is from Bajawa. Ryan is from Bajawa, and some of his family line links to different villages throughout the area. So he's very knowledgeable about the culture and what's going on here. And he actually takes people on tours through the different villages and kind of explains everything. So he's gonna be helping us out today. We've been speaking to him for a little bit already, and there's a ton of information about this. We can make 2-hour documentary about everything that's going on here. But we're gonna try to pick the main pieces, some of the most important pieces, and Ryan's gonna highlight those.
The culture here of the Ngada people is that of a matriarchy, meaning that everything is passed down from woman to woman. Men still play a vital role in the community, holding meetings and making many decisions, but all of the property, land, and everything is inherited by the women. The structures here are known as Nadu. They represent the original male ancestor of each clan in the village. There's 3 clans here, so there's 3 Nadu. For each Nadu, there is also a Baga, as seen here. And the Baga represents the female ancestors of each clan. It is believed that in both Baga and Nadu, the souls of the original ancestor resides in each. Both Nadu and Baga are the first things built in any traditional village before any of the Saos, the traditional houses.
Now, the traditional homes here are called the Sao, and each one has 3 main components. This front area here is called the Tera Moa. The first room you step into is called the Tera One, and the central area is called the One. And this is the most important part. It's not only important because it's where all the traditional ceremonies are held within the Sao, but also because it's believed that this is their heaven. So when people pass away here, they believe that their souls go into the One and live in their heaven forever.
Mama kami izin buat video.
Alright, so they invited us inside. We're gonna come in here, see what's going on.
The first part of the house we call One, and this is One. In One, there is a Mataraga. Mataraga is an altar that becomes a place where the spirit lives. And in the second part of the house we call Teda One. This is for sleeping Yeah. And for informal meeting.
Okay.
And then the outside part of the house we call tedamoa. Tedamoa is more for relaxing, for the women they do waving. It's more informal situation outside.
On some of the traditional houses, like the one you see here, you'll notice there is a small ornament on the top, either showing the small house or the man. These represent where each member of the clan was located during the traditional building of Ngadu. They are equally important as one cannot exist without the other. When each house is built, there is a giant ceremony that is held with everyone in the village. Everybody brings pigs and buffaloes, and there's a massive feast there and celebration. Here, just behind me, you can see the jaw of a pig and the horns of a buffalo. These show the respect and acknowledgement that you followed the correct process and your house is in fact valid under all of the cultural beliefs.
Another important part of the village to note here are actually the graves. So in the center of the village, there's some stones that are laid out, and the important men that pass away are buried under those. The important women that pass away are actually buried under smaller stones under the entrance to each of the sao. And then the rest of the ordinary people that pass away are actually buried here scattered throughout the village. Now, when a funeral takes place here in a traditional village, it's actually a pretty big deal. All the people from the village and the surrounding village gather here, and that could total up to anywhere from a few hundred people to a few thousand people. And what happens is everyone usually brings either a pig or a buffalo as an offering, and then there's a traditional ceremony where all the animals are sacrificed. Then the blood from the animals is taken into the one in order to bring the soul of the past person into the one, which is their heaven. One other thing to note here, you can kind of see on some of the sao is they actually have solar panels, so there's no power that runs here, but they actually installed solar panels here in 2016 so to run some of the power. Before then, they had no power. They just used kerosene lamps pretty much, and that was it. So of course, after hanging out for a bit, there's always a little bit of alcohol involved, yeah? Is it my turn? Oh, here we go, we're going in. We're going in right here, bro.
Some arak in the coconut shells.
Here we go.
We call Hey Atua.
Hey Atua. Hey Atua. Here we go. Mama's going in for it. Yeah.
There is also a song for drinking.
Oh, now we jam now.
There's always a drinking
There's
song.
always a drinking
there
song.
There is a drinking song. It's called Be Ibenga, go to Amanudena.
We got closed in by the rain here at Bahasa Indonesia, Hujan. So we're gonna hang out here, have a couple of drinks, have a little bit of a jam, enjoy the time together. New tricks. Man, I shouldn't stop that talk, cause life is one big question once you're staring at the clock. We had a great time here. Kampung Beraragi
With Mama Maria.
with Mama Maria, queen. She's a queen. But we're gonna head on out of here with Ryan, and we're gonna head to the next spot. Hello guys. So after we got the kids here and messing with me. After our roadside meal, we drove about an hour and we drove to a different village, and this is actually Ryan's uncle's village. His name is Florian, and in order to welcome you here to the village, they do a special type of ceremony and they actually sacrifice a chicken. So we're gonna go do that now. So the entrance is here. We're gonna go up now. Alrighty. Hello, Florian.
Hello.
Hello,
Rob.
guys. We're coming. Shane's over here. Come now. It's pretty cool.
First, I want to say thank you for visiting us, for coming here tonight. With this chicken, actually, you want to welcome you to this house and asking the blessing of our ancestor, your ancestor, my wife's ancestor, me and Ryan's ancestor, to give you all the best. Traditionally, he is the one who has the right here, not me. He is the one who has the right here. So, with his spirit, he gave me the right to do these rituals.
Okay.
Now I'm going to narrate this section of the ceremony for you all. Shortly here, you'll see Florian speaking in his native tongue, in the Ngada language, and he's going to be calling out for the presence of his ancestors, his wife's ancestors, and also our ancestors. And we're not sharing this audio because it's actually a private matter. Now he'll make the final blessing over the chicken before he makes the sacrifice. Once he sacrificed the chicken, he drained all the blood out and spread it throughout the entire one. He even took some of the blood and put it on both of our hands. Once spreading the blood throughout the room, he then opened up the chicken and made readings based on a few different things that he saw. And he actually revealed something pretty private about Shane that he hadn't previously known. After that, they cooked the chicken, made some rice, and we had one final meal together. Good morning, guys. Salamat pagi. We had a great night last night, and I'm going to get into that and close out the video. But before I do, I just wanted to show you the village we're in now. Like we mentioned last night, it's a little bit more modern, but it still has some of the same traditional components. So if we walk out here, behind me, you can still see that they still have the nadu and the baga. And as far as the houses go, they're made with more modern materials, but they still hold the same shape. But they're made with, better wood. There's some tile, some cement, and an aluminum. But now I'm going to walk you into Florian's house and show you where we were last night. Door, entrance to the house. And where we were last night here, this is the one. So the one still looks very traditional, and all the houses in this village here, they have their own one, and it's pretty much just similar to this, but a little bit different, but it's in the center of the house. It still has that very traditional look, and when you're in there, you don't really feel like you're in a modern village. But with all of that, I'm going to close out the video. And wow, there's really so much to say about all that we've experienced here over the last few days. We've done so much. We've gone to a few communion parties. We've gone to a funeral. We've gone to a wedding. We spent a lot of time with Ryan and Florian's family, and we actually got pretty close with them and their kids. And we learned so much about the Ngada culture here. And I hope we did a good job of trying to compile the main pieces for you. And you could probably make hours and hours and hours film about this and everything that's going on, but it's truly been an amazing cultural experience for us. And I highly recommend that if you're traveling around Indonesia, you come to Flores and you come to a place like this and you try to learn about all of it. So we hope you enjoyed the video, and we really hope that you get the chance to visit here someday. If you do visit, make sure to reach out to Florian and Ryan. They're absolutely incredible people, and really they're such good guides. We'll put their contact information down below. Shane and I are continuing our road trip across Flores, so definitely hit that like button and also hit that subscribe button if you want to see those videos, and we'll see you in the next one.